Hi, hello everybody. Sorry, I am happy to be here this afternoon. Hi, Big Bad Bull. Wow, Big Bad Bull, I have you all to myself, it appears. What a treat. Hi, Jenny. How are you? We're recovering from our birthdays, so nice to be back. It's nice to be back. I had a great time over my birthday celebration. I was like celebrating for like I think like 10 days. But I get to do that, right? I don't have a husband, I don't have kids, so I get to just do what I want. But I wanted to bring a certain topic to the forefront today to everyone. And um, hi, Marcus. Hola, Chulito Lindo. Hello. Um, can a woman with too many bodies be faithful in a marriage, right? So I can a woman with too many bodies, of course, she could be faithful. I think that women can be faithful. Oh, is it still muffled or can you guys hear me? This happened. Let me know if you guys can hear me clearly or if I should maybe go out and come back in. Um, I think a woman can be faithful in a marriage, and a woman with many bodies can be faithful in a marriage because when a woman decides to retire her sequin thong, red thong at that, because a guy is the one who, like, the right one showed up. The right one showed up, and she is willing to do whatever it takes to be with him. Where before, she probably didn't really care too much as far as putting her best foot forward when she would meet somebody. But when she does, everything changes, like whatever plans she forgot about whoever else she's talking to. She's gonna probably drop it. I mean, when I start a new relationship and we decide to be exclusive, something that I do on my own is get a new phone number. I have to get a new phone and a new phone number probably because I have to because I have a lot of dirt. I have a lot of dirt in my cemetery of dead bodies, you know? So I have to really be proactive and do what I think would be the best for he and I. And one of those things for me is um and I think that women are like that. Like she could not even have a lot of bodies. She could just be like, oh, I'm just gonna focus on school, I'm gonna get my degree, and I'm gonna get the job of my dreams and all this stuff. And the right guy comes along and she's like moving out of the state, she's changing schools, she's changing jobs, she's completely inspired, which is a beautiful thing. It feels amazing when a woman meets a guy that just really is super special. You just know, like, wow, this is different. It's a great feeling. It just brings you back to like a humanity level, an animalistic level, even a primal thing happens. It's very different. It's very different for me when I have like I'm seeing someone casually. Um, Once you meet that person, you will drop all your mind, your city and follow him and shape up. Jenny, for real. Jenny, you can drop the link any moment to a 50 wanna come up and jump in here, but Jenny is true. I mean, like, for my second ex, he was Persian, and I freaking learned so much about that culture because I wanted to make sure I impressed him and his family and all of that because I was crazy about it. I was crazy about it. Probably low key still there. Um, but I think women will shape off. They'll get their shit together for the right guy. I mean, hi, Jay Ali. Hi, beautiful. We are not on demon time right now, but we could flip that switch at any moment in time, baby. Hi, Dusto. How are you, handsome? Um, I missed you guys. I missed all you guys. Really now that I see you. Um, but yeah, I think a woman now, if she has like a whole past, like she's going to she's probably going to lie about her past. I don't think women will ever come clean. I mean, clean, like, unless it's like, she has a video out there and you might see it. She's then maybe going to tell you, oh, by the way, you should know this about my past life. I, I've done some adult film or I do online adult content. Um, and then the gentleman has to determine if that's something he is interested in getting involved in. And quite frankly, the only reason she's coming clean is because, her stuff is out there. And otherwise, she wouldn't stay away. So, and I think that woman could be faithful in a marriage. However, if, if a woman, is in a marriage that perhaps she had like no choice, she could be selfish. I think an unhealthy relationship, an unhealthy marriage, particularly, for a woman, if she's resentful, and especially if she has friends or family members that have the kind of life she wished she had, she's gonna be possibly self-destructive, especially if she feels like she can't get out of it. She can't get out of it. So she's gonna have, I think, resentful thoughts. What is too many bodies? What is too many bodies? I don't know. I don't know what too many bodies is, but I think I have too many. Personally, I think I have too many bodies. I have an entire cemetery. I have 1,001 bodies, is what I say.
Please, please, please forgive me.
Some have headstones, others don't have headstones because I remember them, but like it's in flashbacks. And I say that to be funny, and I say that to be serious. Like, um, most women, all women are hoes. Most women, all women have done stuff that they don't want anyone to know. The opportunities came about, and they had some wildness before they met that guy that makes them shake up, like you said before, like Jenny, stated before. So I'm not here to pretend that at 46, never married and no children, that I've just been home knitting. No, I've been out there having fun, having a lot of fun, exploring life and loving it, quite frankly. Because I never wanted to have children, so that's why I never prioritized marriage. I just never wanted to be a mom. It wasn't something I ever wanted. But I've had a great life on my terms, and so. But if I meet someone, he's probably gonna be like damn, how many bodies a kid should possibly have, right? Maybe he thinks that. Maybe men do think that, and they don't say it because it would be kind of rude. Yeah, I know you, Jenny. You have a beautiful, lovely family, and adoring husband. You're chilling, girl. You're good to go. That's why you get to stay home and knit and do that because you know it's about that time. Um, but if I met, like, what you know, I think men think about. I think men need to think about that. If depending on what they want. If you want someone who isn't tainted or as corrupt or exposed to as many things as a woman like me has been, then you need to really go about meeting, that type of female that you would prefer. Because she's out there. There's women out there who have experienced completely different lives than I do, and they are highly desirable to a demographic that doesn't find value in a woman like me. That's it. There's other men that do. So I'm good. I'm good to go. The ones that I want me. So I have no complaints with that. Um, I think if a woman is been selected in a certain manner by the gentleman who's been courted, and he's really taken the time to see if they are compatible, then I think that the chances for that relationship are great. I don't think she's gonna be thinking of anybody else. I don't know. I don't think when I'm in a relationship, even when I'm single, but particularly when I'm in a relationship, I'm not looking to want to be with anybody else. Like, it doesn't feel right to me. Something very wonderful to me about feeling or being completely owned by somebody, and just being with that one person, and all that freedom I feel in my mind and my body, my soul, and in my vagina, really. So I am not into cheating. I don't think most women are, and I think that when they do get to that point, I mean, it's pretty hideous. Um, I think I think sometimes women do cheat and are sloppy about it, maybe sometimes, to get caught and use it as an out of the relationship. Um, but something in her thinking, she's not connected to her life. She's not connected to her circumstances, and that woman is definitely liable, either because of the deficiency that she identifies in the relationship, delusional or reality. Maybe it's there, maybe it's not. To her, she thinks this is happening, so she'll have that as a justification to cheat. Or she might just, when it's she goes out of town with her girlfriend. That's what she uses that opportunity, and she doesn't have an emotional connection. It's just a physical thing. She's able to do that. There's many ways that a woman would introduce another man into the dynamic. Hi Mel, how are you? Oh well, yeah, we kind of sort of missed you. I'm not sure yet. Kind of, sort of. I'm not sure. Women can, some women can cheat, and it's an emotional thing, and that can destroy their whole home or their family. Uh, or they can just, when they go out and they have fun, they just wild out a little bit, and then they can go back to, the role of wife and mother and all that other stuff. Um, and I think that, I think when a woman cheats, it's, uh, it's just different to me than when a guy cheats. I don't know. Is that mixed up to think that? Like, especially if she's married, I'm just like, oh, shoot, that is crazy. And especially if the husband takes her back. back. How can a man take a woman back after she's cheated? I don't know. If I was a man, I don't think I would have that ability. I would be like, that's it. You're out. You are out of here. I'm out of here. Like, I'm keep the house, keep it all. I'm done. Get out of here. You never see her the same. Um, but I do think that women who are comparing, lifestyles or had to get married young or, have no way of getting out of a long marriage are going to, you know, and, at that point, she's having so many steps forward without nothing. I don't understand. I don't understand what you're saying. Um, not every time, not every time a woman has sex with a man, it's dramatic, like she's destroying herself. Sometimes she's consenting and she wants it and she's getting it, and she moves on. She's fine. It's not the end of the world. She's not expecting other sexual stuff. But some women who put themselves in situations where they can't handle the responsibility, and then they torture these poor guys into being their boyfriend. And I thought we had a connection. It's like, chill out, girl. It's not really so extra. Um, but I think that yeah, women in those type of marriages and those type of situations are deficient. So, they are vulnerable to those advances. And some of them will create opportunity and justify it in their head, to try something. Oh, okay, you were. She has so many siblings. Well, that's too many. Thank you, thank you, Mel. I appreciate that. I don't know. A man, if a woman with too much experience, a woman with a certain level of experience is not what you want, then that's okay. Go find someone that is a lot more suitable for you. If her body count matters, then leave her alone. Find someone who has the representation of what you find to be more suitable for you. Because somebody else is gonna be okay and not even ask you or even care. So, so many bodies just tell me you have many souls you want. You can't. Too many bodies needs to change it again. And so, if you let it into the destruction, as they said, Neo Moses, thank you for the super chat. You obviously live a quality of life and approach relationships in a certain manner that's what that symbolizes for you. And it's actually very beautiful what it symbolizes. But that's all subjective, and there's, everyone goes about their relationship in the ways that work best for them. It's not usually typically all based on the kind of concept where, no one has to necessarily be a virgin. You can find yourself a virgin, or find yourself somebody who's not as experienced and maybe younger, a few years younger than you. It might be pretty soon, and then you won't have to learn. But I'm not going to justify my life, right? I'm not going to say to you, I'm 46 and I have no kids and I've never been married and I've only been with 4 people in my life so that I can qualify to for you because I'm into you. Like, no, I'm gonna let you come to your. My mic is Jenny. Is my mic still giving a hard time? Okay, got it.
understand. I ain't scared of you motherfuckers.
Okay, I am back. All right, so can everyone hear me? Um, Let me know if you guys can hear me better. All right, I think we're back. All right, so perfect. Yeah. So no Logic, thanks for sticking around. Thank you, Neil Moses. I appreciate the suggestion, but I think I sound better now. I mean, like, if a man is gonna then pass judgment on me, I mean, and I'm into him, am I supposed to spend like part of the relationship showing him that that I'm worthy because I have lower body counts than he could imagine? If that's a priority for him, if that's a priority for him, is if that's from the space from which he needs a wife, then I'm not gonna go through that trouble. That's not fair to me. I am not here to apologize or for my life or repeat what I said. If you could give me a reference of what I said, unless I'm hitting those notes now, then it's not fair. Even me, I can't hold that against a guy if he. I'm 46 years old, Neil Moses. I just turned 46 on the 5th of November. I mean, I can't hold it against him either. Like, if I meet someone and he's like one of these people, one of these men who are like, they're gonna cheat, right? They're. Thank you, Neil Moses. I mean, if they're gonna be like an athlete, if they're gonna, I mean, any man can get additional extracurricular activities, okay? It's not just these high value men. If a man wants to do something, he can. He will. He'll figure it out. But it would be kind of like delusional of me to expect a man to be monogamous, especially if he has access. I don't think about that when I'm with somebody. I talk about it. Hi, Lady Hale. How are you? We are discussing, can a woman with too many bodies be faithful in a marriage? I think she can because when a woman, regardless of what she's doing out in these streets, when she meets that guy that she knows that he's special, he does something to her, he is like the one. If she's gonna have him, she will change whatever she has to change behind the scenes to be that more attractive to him. So I do think that a relationship where the woman truly wants to be with that man and he really truly wants to be with her, she will adjust and change and make all necessary adaptations to be with him. So I do think that a woman with too many bodies can be faithful in a marriage, and maybe she's tired of being out there, and she feels good about finally settling down with one person. Certain activities get exhausting, and you don't want to be entertaining a lover all the time. It's not like that. Sometimes it feels good to go through little dry spells and just focus on yourself, and until you meet somebody, and then you really unleash the beast. uh ain't gonna anyone can be faithful if they yeah, anyone can be faithful. It's a personal choice. It's not something you can, like, you can't force somebody to be faithful or force someone into monogamy. It's definitely a choice. So uh if a woman makes that determination for herself, believe me, she's good to go. She's not stressing about it. I think most of the time, women who don't have enough body counts, you know um sometimes women who don't have enough body counts, they're the ones who are eager and incentivized to step out of their marriage because they missed out on something. They judged some things and they missed out, and now they're married with kids, and they might have a comfortable life, but they're not having fun. They don't feel desire and passion and all that. um Versus with me, because I've never uh gotten married or had children. When I have an exclusive relationship, it's the most amazing experience in my life, and it's worth waiting for. And if I were to get married, I would not feel like, oh, I missed out. Oh, I didn't, I didn't do things in my 20s or 30s. No, I've done exactly what I wanted. So I wouldn't even be thinking about stepping out. But I think sometimes women who have, been married from a young age or had to get married under duress or circumstances that weren't necessarily desirable, when they're in that marriage, and they're like year 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and they're just like, can't stand this guy. Um, I don't know if I want to have children. I think I'm old for children. I think 46 is old for children. I think I hit the wall a few times. So I don't know. I would love to get married. I'm just walking into that wall like doink, 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 doink. so so I think I've maxed out on that side. Even though I can still get pregnant. I have, checked on my female reproductive organs, and everything's working as it should be. So if I wanted to, I could. But I think it would be, I don't know, super high risk with all the stuff that people say about women over 35. Like, I'm expired. I got scrambled eggs or something going on. There is the word on the streets, but um I would yeah, marriage is a beautiful thing. Marriage is good. I've been engaged one time, primal studies, or my early 20s. Um Hi Mel, how are you?
What's up? How you doing?
I'm doing all right.
Yeah.
Let me just answer primal studies question here, and then I would like for you to jump in. I was engaged once in my early 20s. Um, the reason why we didn't get married is because when we were engaged and stuff, we were like 19, 20 years old. He told me he wanted to have 5 kids. And I was like, are you freaking crazy? And and we after that, I swear to God, after that, the relationship was so different. and I knew in my soul that I did not want to be a mom. But I'll tell you this, when we broke up, the woman he's married to now, even now, 25 years later, she and I have the same birthday, and they have 6 kids together. So that's what he wanted. That's what he wanted. And so, and after that, I've been in after that relationship, I've been in 3 serious relationships. We never gotten engaged, and I never pressed it because I didn't want to have children. So getting married wasn't something that was a goal. But I would always say, I don't have kids. I don't want to have kids. I don't want to have kids. I would have kids. I would always tell my exes that. I would repeat it. I would just be OCD about it, like, because I don't want kids. I don't want kids. So at this stage in the game, I don't think that I would have kids. But if I meet somebody and he has children, good for him. But I'm not trying to be a stepmom or be an influence on anybody's children. I think, people should keep their children away from their lovers until, you're really serious, blending of family. Otherwise, I don't like to casually meet people's children. I think that's disrespectful to the child. So Mel, how are you? How have you been? Is it cold in New York or what?
It's raining.
Oh yeah.
They're talking about some storm coming in this weekend and stuff. So yeah, it's been raining kind of like hard.
And it's not cold.
It wasn't even freezing cold. Like the past 2 days, it was like warmish. Like felt like spring. It was a shock.
Got it. So, pardon me. What do you have to? What would you like to contribute on the topic? Do you think a woman with too many bodies can be faithful in a marriage?
Yeah. It's variables to that.
Right.
Maybe I never ask a woman's body count period anyway, because I already got my rules, reason why. So that's questions don't need to be brought up, and she shouldn't even bring that with me. The point is, like, what, how you are dealing with me and how we dealing with each other. That's really what matters. As long as you don't embarrass me, that's not really all that matters. I mean, it's the whole thing. If you kind of realize, majority of the guys that. Most of the guys that are speaking now that technically talking about they ain't dealing with women or these bodies, they ain't really dating like that on a regular basis anyway. It's like
right.
A woman come up to them that's so attractive and she got like 20 bodies on her from their standards, but she's treating them the way she wants to, like a king. This so-called rules is going to go out the door about the body part.
Right. I mean, I think, I think that when a man, if you're a man that you've lived, right, and you've had your experiences and you clearly have had experiences with women in the room, so you're, you can't just see all women as saints, right? So if you already know what the human experience can be like, then I think that then if you meet a woman who shows up as a thoroughbred, you can't just conclude that she's, an irresponsible person with her body. Because sometimes you experience things and you were just in the room. You know what I mean? It has nothing to do with your body being a part of it. And so now what about the psychological part of it? How about if she's been a stripper but she's never had sex with any of her clients, and I think you posted something to that effect, and she's in a committed relationship. Now, I think those kind of guys that do care about body count would really make life miserable for that woman, because she'll say, no, I've never done that. Oh yeah, right, but most strippers do. Okay, well, most do, but I didn't. And if you have an extensive amount of body, come with humility towards that man. If marriage is, yeah, absolutely. Like if you have been a woman, are you all right?
No, my chair.
if you have been a woman who has, a past that is less than desirable, let's say, then yeah, you should come, really like with gratitude, because perhaps that man, he could handle it, but there's going to be probably times where people are going to want to make him feel a certain way. And I think sometimes that might make a woman feel a little insecure. But if he's able to show up for her, and like you said, she doesn't embarrass him, then it could work. Now, is that woman going to be the most desired woman? Probably not. But then those guys shouldn't really go for her. They should let her be with those that don't mind it.
Not exactly. Depends, especially depending on how attractive she is. Also, too. Let's say example of Rihanna and stuff like that. Rihanna slept around before she get with ASAP. We all know, she slept with a particular class of dudes. But for the dudes that told her she had too many body from her status, guaranteed it would be like 80% of dudes that still white for her.
Right.
The body. So the attraction level, how she is, and everything. Depending on what type of guy he is and stuff like that. Like, feel like he got with the most top tier chick in the industry. He's gonna look over certain things and stuff because if she treating him a certain way, that's all really matters and stuff.
And I think that a lot of times in a marriage, I don't know the stats because I don't really look at that stuff, but I think sometimes, even in my own circle of friends, a lot of women who got married and they, were so proud because they had, no body counts. A lot of those women, I think, are the ones who are more liable to step out because they didn't have that opportunity to kind of sow their oats or experience life. You know what I mean? So for me, like a lot of my girlfriends, like when they hang out with me, they want to wild out. They want to go wild. They want to go wild. And I don't care about that. I live every day for me, so I'm not missing out on anything. If I want to do it, I do it. And if, and then that's it. If not, then I don't do it. I don't have to like check in with somebody, wonder if I could afford it. I don't have to think about those things. If I want to do it, I could work hard. I can get it done or something. I'm not like desperate for that interaction. If I want to go out on a date, I can call someone and we can go out. If I want to go out by myself, I can do that too. But some women jump into relationships because they were young, because they were pregnant, and then they want to wild out while in their marriage. And I think those type of wives are a lot more dangerous than the wives who have high body counts. That's what I think. Because I know that a woman likes to experience a certain level of sexual interaction, especially as she gets older. And if her and her husband don't keep up with their sexual DNA, she's going to be drawn to somebody who will give it to her. And sometimes they'll be irresponsible. But a lot of times the guys don't even know that this stuff is happening.
Oh yeah, that's fact. Like she'll come out of nowhere and be open to certain things that y'all never did before. One of them was like, let's go to this party when it's very open lifestyle type things, and she just want to look, and what I'm saying, while other people are participating, that's tickling her fancy and everything, because that's sort of like a sign, like telling you that the sex style that you have right now it's getting kind of boring of it. She wants to try something new and different, like spontaneous,
And that you're right, because then like she's there, right? Because she's the low body count wife, so she's always missionary and maybe sucks your penis on anniversaries and birthdays and crap like that. And then you're right, then all of a sudden she's interested in something else because her girlfriends and her are talking about sex, or she sees something. She tries to introduce that into the relationship. But if she married a husband who wanted to have a low body count / good girl wife for the rest of his life,
the Madonna whore complex.
Yeah, he's gonna be like, listen, I don't like that. I don't do that stuff with you. And she's gonna feel dissatisfied. she's gonna feel like not desired. And that I think some men do, maybe they do shame their wives. When she does come with that, they can't handle it. Why are you trying to change stuff? Everything's great. And she's like, but I have these fantasies or I have these desires. And he's like, not tonight. And she's gonna be like, you know what? Yep. All that stuff. Yep. She's gonna
Bingo.
go get her coffee, and the cute little barista is gonna be there, and he might be one of these young guys that can identify as a deficient soccer mom. And now,
Yeah, exactly. Jenny just said it in the chat. The books, the BDSM, poetry, sexual fantasy novels that she starts to read and everything.
uh,
The 50 Shades of Grey types, and she wants a man to do that, and he's sort of like being like nonchalant, like not that much interested. Is like, shh. And then when things start happening, it's like the other specter of the infidelity part when the man don't want to do certain things. I'm not saying to be open to everything, but it's like but you got to spice up your sex life. And when she wants to try to spice it up, and you're not following with her, the same thing goes from when we tell the women, we want to spice up our sex lives, and she's not down. That's when infidelity kind of starts sneaking up in there, and you
yeah,
realize what happened, why your relationship is going downhill, because it's like you're depriving yourself of something that you can't do it the same way over and over for so many years. You got to switch it up, got to change it.
I think that a lot of couples, most of you probably know, I my relationships are based on the fundamentals of BDSM. So I don't enter into a relationship exclusively with a man unless he's a master. Other than that, I don't date vanilla. I only date men in the lifestyle who have potential to be my master. So I could be owned by them. That's the life that I love. I love to be controlled by the man that I'm with. And I think that it's very important that especially if you enter into a marriage or exclusive relationship as a vanilla couple, because within the relationship you discover a lot of things about yourself.
Hmm.
Some things you discover that are like sexual, some things are like emotional stuff that you have to go heal, and you're like, oh my god, babe, I think I should go see a therapist about this stuff again because it's coming up for me. You could be in a beautiful relationship, and because you're in a beautiful relationship and it's healthy, you're able to heal a lot of things about yourself. And in that process, sex is also included. And I think it's important for couples to leave space for all those things. That because of the love you're giving me, because of the safe environment you created for me, I get to be a better human being. And this is what it looks like. I take care of my health, or I go to the gym now. I am reading more. And I also have a different sexual appetite when it comes to you. And I think that in a lot of marriages, the husband, especially if the wife is coming to you and telling you these things, no vanilla Neapolitan. That's funny. um, I think I think husbands, I think husbands should really, you know, step it up if their lady is really coming to them with that honesty of like, I want to try something different. I want to explore something different. And I think that's kind of healthy and normal. That's what I think. But I don't know. I guess some people who are in relationships for a long, long time, they like the rhythm, they like the predictability. I like caramelo or dulce de leche. You're so funny, Jenny. You're a naughty girl. Um, she's naughty. I don't know. I don't know. Do men sometimes just things to stay status quo and they don't want anything to change? And they don't want their wife to be a sexual being. Uh, do you know? I mean, I don't, maybe you could answer that. Maybe somebody in the chat can, or somebody will come up and share like, does a man stay idle? And then, he's like, no, I'm happy with the way our sex life is. Or does he get turned on when his wife comes and says, hey, I want to try this with you? Let me see. I think women like to be roughed up a little bit. You have to growl at your woman from time to time. You have to, I think women like to be roughed up a little and growl. Yeah, I think. Hi, world class. Hi, Noble. How are you? Welcome. Um, I don't know. I like to grow sexually in my relationships. I like to try things I've never tried, and I like to talk about it. And I just can't imagine that a man, right, who's like a man, has his wife come to him and she's like, "Oh, babe, I want to try this." He's gonna be like, "I didn't marry a whore." You know what I mean? Is he really gonna be like, "No, I want you to just be the way you were from the day we get married till the end"? Or does he get turned on? Or does he find it fun? Like, I have a great fun wife. She likes to try stuff. Like, what do
It
you think about that?
it depends on the man. That's the whole thing. Yeah, like every man is different and stuff. Like if he's like very super conservative type and everything, like about his image and like he's more like goes home, like go to work, make his money, got the wife at home, come in. The typical, they have their talk and sit in the bed reading a book and good night, bills is paid. Like, very simple dudes like that. Yeah, that's the type that what he doesn't want to change like that. He's just happy to have a woman presence and like this is his lifestyle and everything. But I would say at least most percentage of men they'd be open for certain changes if there's no spicing up their sex life because they know that we want to change it up. One of us is gonna get bored doing the same old. Especially when if y'all have kids and then the kids is grown, they move out. I think with couples like that, when they still they sets really start changing now because like now it's back to them two before they had the kids, so they know how much they is in their sexual peak, and now that the kids is grown and they out, now it's like they want to explore that again and stuff like that.
Mel, may I ask you a question, but you don't have to answer it if you don't want to.
Now go ahead.
Have you ever like been with or like had a little lovers encounter with a married woman?
Of course.
For real? You
Yeah.
see?
I've been to swinger parties.
And okay, but that's different. That's different because they
Yeah.
have that openness. That's a different conversation. But I mean, like the one that was like hiding it and concealing it. Have you ever been like,
You know what? The reason why I say of course, because like she probably could have lied to say she was single when she met me, and that probably could have been it. So like, so the time frame when I asked when she was single, she said yes, but she probably could have been married, having an affair. So, but I won't buy that past me, but that's why I said I might have. Yeah, so
got it? But you've never
definitely,
been with a woman who outright was deceiving her husband?
if I knew about it in advance, I don't. Black do that. Like like I said, if she lied to me, that's different. But because I already know the drama behind that.
Right. But
I don't know
like,
what type
but
of
if you
man
know I'm
her
talking
husband is. Yeah, so if she lied to me and everything that happened, then that's different. But if I already knew about it in advance and stuff like that, nah, I ain't trying to mess with no dudes, other married women, and stuff like that. No, like I said, I mentioned I was at a swinger party, just like you said, that's different because both parties know about it. So it's like,
right.
even though first few times, I probably would get a little nervous anyway, like like not nervous, like awkward, but like first few times I was going to them parties, stuff like that. It's like she married, you know what I'm saying? I don't care. Like, I had the dude tell me like, um, I said, yeah, I don't know,
I
she's my
DLC.
wife, and I was like, okay, but I ain't do it the first time and stuff like that. So it's like, but yeah, I just got when I kept going back to them parties, I just got used to learn the lifestyle how they do things. So it's like, yeah, it's like, hey, there's no jealousy, and I know ain't no my place, so fuck it. So
Let me take a moment to welcome Deal Saint. I think it's my first time on a panel with him.
Yeah, it's my first time. What's up? How y'all doing?
We're
it's good,
doing
brother.
well.
It's good.
How are you?
I'm all right. I'm all right. I was been ninja watching, just kind of checking it out. You know what I mean? I'm always trying to support Black man, and I haven't seen this. I haven't had a chance to catch this show, and I'm like, all right, I'm listening. And then you asked a question about married women. You asked Brother Mel, like, oh, have you ever been with a married woman knowing she was married? I'm like, yes. You know what I mean? Like, I had definitely, when I heard that, I'm like, all right, let me jump in here. Yeah. Oh, absolutely, yeah. A lot of women. I mean, there's a lot of women out there who it is what it is. They want what they want. They're not getting it at home, I guess, or whatever it is, or I don't know. I can't speak for why they do it, but yes, it's been done. I've had women who, I'll know their husband, like not cool with them, but like have met them or know who they are, and knows they'll gun at you. They'll come at you like, "What's up?" Like it is what it is. Maybe it is tied to body count. Like it was like with the, can women with many body counts be faithful in marriage? I don't know. Like the women that I came across that were about it, when you get to know them, it's like, nah, they were doing what they was doing, high school, college, what I mean, or military, and it just continued. They got married to a guy, and it's like, well, the women that I know that never stepped out on their husbands were real happy with their husbands. Like that's the guy that they wanted. They could never even dream of being with another guy. But those women who did step out, kicking it with their girls, going out, hot girls weekends, hot girls summers, yeah, they doing their business, they doing their thing. So, yeah, I think that has something to do with how many sexual partners they've had. I mean, it's what it is. Is that something that you, Lexie, is that something that you come across or know of out there?
It's like and it's a little bit different for me because I find that my girlfriends who will cheat or have cheated were married young and they never got to have a high body count. They've always just dreamt about, So when I go out with them or I go on vacation, they are like wild. It's like I'm like hurdling them. And they have been the ones that I find are more inclined to do something and be reckless about it a little bit in the sense of like, why would you do this? You're married, you're happy, you have a great husband, but it's just something in them that they never worked out. So they'll cheat.
So you're saying these are the women with less experience, less
Yes.
Lower body count.
Yes.
Wow. I've kind of experienced the other side of that.
Yeah.
They didn't, because they didn't have that experience and they didn't want it. Oh, wow. That's fascinating.
Yeah, I think that's different from what you were saying, DL. The ones that had less but did not want it, they actually had to go. They're like they don't want to, they want to be in a relationship. They had the idea husband and married to, and it works that way. But for some females, I remember when Toni Braxton said that on the open, that she said she wished she was had that whole phase and stuff. She was
heard Toni Braxton said that. She must have done it then.
Exactly. Nah, there's some females that have not experienced a whole phase and they wish they had and stuff. I think she's still with Birdman. I know she was with him, right? Yeah. But she opened up a minute like that. So you got a lot of females that that been this prudish type, good girl type stuff. And let's put it this way: if they have a certain men that express that out there with no judgment and all that stuff, yeah, they gonna go out and do what they do like crazy and stuff. They stuck in this prudish good girl because what they feel society's gonna judge them. This type of society we live in now, so sexual liberated, but you still got like those females that's like fighting but don't want to go out. They like real like timid, or they don't want to be out in the open. I think Alejandra Curry calls them the erotic good girl types. Like they want to go out and explore sex, but they don't want to be out in the open. Like people know secretly.
I do think that there's also another group of women that are married that step out in their relationship because they had a high body count. They met somebody who didn't ask too many questions. He's a sucker. You know what I mean? He was a perfect sucker.
Talking about the beta. Got themselves a good beta man with some money. It's like the beta bucks side of the equation.
Mm-hmm.
And that type of woman is the one that is coming up to, blatantly coming up to you, DL, where you don't know her husband like that, but you know who he is. And she moves that way, and to me, that's reckless, even though she's handling it, but it's like, you know, the nuclear bomb could go off at any moment because, you know, those type of men, these women play the role. And when these guys find out that they've been had for so many years, or,
Mm-hmm.
you know, or these women come back home pregnant and the guy.
I definitely got a story for you on that. I definitely got a story.
The news reports, they know what I'm saying, when it don't turn out so well, and then they want to talk about, man, this day and why you protecting that woman, but like, you read what she actually did. Now, I'm not making excuse what he did, but you still read what she did and stuff. So you think we gonna want to break in our necks to try to protect a woman like that in a way because she blatantly went and played this dude the way she did out in the open? Like, y'all remember that movie Boogie Nights? Seen that movie? Y'all seen that movie?
Yeah,
no, I'm familiar with it, but I never saw it.
Oh, you seen it, Lexie?
I kind of remember it. Yeah.
Yeah, you remember that scene? I remember one with Nina Hartley, right? She's a porn star, but she was in that movie, yeah. And she did the scene with William S. Macy, right? He played the husband, but she was going around having sex with other dudes in the bed. He opened the door and catch her having sex with dudes in the bed, and she up there blatant and like, why you open the door? You know, emasculating him and stuff like that. You know, get the hell out of here, like. And you know what I'm saying? He was like that real beta dude, but he was the beta dude that wound up snapping. Like, now I think in this part of the movie, like the third time he caught her doing that. That's when he snapped, went and got a gun and killed her and her lover and blew his brains out afterwards. So situations that, like yeah, with certain dudes, yeah, like
you got cats like that, man. I mean, you got cats like that who don't understand. Like if you dealing as a grown up, if you're dealing with another person who wants to do their thing, you can't hide it from yourself. And a lot of people they like to lie to themselves. They like to try to fool themselves. Man, it is what it is. But I do have a story for y'all. Like I
want to hear your story, DL. Please tell me.
Yeah, this is. I've only seen this once in my life. You know, like I'm an old cat. You know, I've been around a while. I'm 52. I'll be 52 in December. So, one of my dudes went to a club, went to a cool little spot, and there was this beautiful woman at the bar, you know, by herself. So right off rip, anybody with experience, they'll know, like, all right, she on the hunt. If she in the bar, like it's like a dance spot or whatever, she on the hunt. She wasn't dressed for the club. I mean, she just had on like regular, you know what I mean? She had on like some Lululemon type, you know, stretchy pants or whatever, little top, and she was drinking, right, and eating or whatever. So my dude, you know, he's telling me the story like, yo, man, I saw her, you know, when she came in there, was nothing going on. Then as the night got going on, he says, you know, he started hollering at her or whatever. They're dancing, they're having a good time. Some dude in the club said something to her, made her mad, and she's like, hey, can we get out of here? So she took this dude back to his place. And like, you know, they did the grown up thing. You know what I'm saying? They did what they did. She left the next day. And he was telling me like, bro, she told me she was in a situation. She wasn't married, but she was with a guy. As soon as she left, like she ghosted him and all that stuff. Like, you know, all the information, she just fell off the world, right? So I'm like, what was up with that, man? And he was like, yo, little shorty was in a relationship with a guy and she wanted to have a baby and he didn't. So, you know, he's telling her like, yeah, we know we're going to have a baby. We're going to get together. He's just stringing her along. They both were lying to each other. She was saying she was taking precautions and not whatever. Long story, boring. She was out looking for dudes to get pregnant. That was her thing. She wanted to get pregnant because her relationship was breaking apart. And she thought a baby would be a good way to continue this relationship. And it was like, whoa, because we were in a small area. So word got back on what she was doing. Exactly. Word got back. And, you know, mission accomplished. She did, in fact, get pregnant. But she didn't know who the father was because she was out here running through all these dudes.
Oh, my God.
She went to her live-in. Oh, look, we're pregnant. Dude was like, I can't have babies. I'm fixed. So she winds up, yeah. So instantly he knew what it was. He left. And here she is with this child. And she's trying to figure out who the dad is. And people wonder like, well, how these people wind up on, you know, Jenny Jones or whatever, these talk shows or whatever. That's how. She was trying to run the game to keep the guy and get the baby. That's the only story I've ever heard like that. I wouldn't have believed it if it didn't come from my man. You know what I'm saying? Like that's one of my dogs. He was like, yeah, bro. She was hitting me up, and dude was like, "This is an older dude." She hit him up. After ghosting him and all that kind of stuff, she circled back to him, and he was like, "Can't be me, shorty. You know, I'm fixed." So
Oh my God.
he was like, "Let's go, let's DNA, let's do the whole thing." And she didn't want none of that. She didn't want none of that. She just disappeared again. You know what I mean? So, fellas, be careful. Be careful.
Oh my God, DL, that's tragic.
Hey, that's the world. Don't hate the players, hate the game, y'all. People playing for keeps.
Yo, like seriously, the women in marriages and women in relationships lose their mind a little bit. Like, I don't know. Like, when a woman says that she wants to have a kid, I'm the opposite. I've never wanted children. So I'm the opposite, the total opposite. I'm freaking out if semen hits me on the shoulder. I'm like, I'm like the Matrix. You
You messing with? They got that super sperm. Like, get it off of me.
I'm like, I'm pulling Matrix.
You never got your tube tied?
No, I've never been on birth control, and I've never been on birth control, and I've never been pregnant.
Oh,
so you just ain't let nobody shoot up the club? Is that what it is? Just like,
No way. No way. That's like a VIP pass. And honestly, DL, I'll be like, babe, here's your pass. And I put like the thing over here, the little ribbon. For the next 5 days, you're in the safe zone. And then I take his VIP pass out. And then after that,
so he got 5 days to do this. In 5 days, he could just shoot up the club. Like, go for it, baby. Get some. Get some. For 5 days, get some. Get some.
I heard this from a married woman. Like, they've been married for many years and only had 2 kids. And all the times they had sex, she kind of gave some game. Like, it's the same time that y'all can have sex and don't have to worry about being pregnant. We're conceiving, because the woman's body, she knows her own cycle and everything, especially when it comes to temperature, how she ovulating and all that stuff and everything. Like, you can avoid not being pregnant. Like, she knows her own cycle. So it's
if a woman does not want to have children, and that's her conviction, like mine, believe me, she'll know about the moons, the stars, she'll know about all like 7 different calendars. You know what I mean? She has like 7 different calendars, all marked with what, when and not.
So Sister Lexie, you're saying when a woman comes to you and like, oh, it just happened, that's all bullshit.
Oh yeah, that's a lie.
They're gonna kick you out the sisterhood.
A woman what?
When a woman gets pregnant and she just comes to you it just happened.
I don't believe her. I don't believe
her. No, hell no. That was planned.
I'm like, you knew what you were doing. You knew exactly what you were doing.
They're gonna kick you out. You giving up the secrets, girl. They're gonna kick you out.
I know. They're after me. I got a target on my back, deal. I know that because I could have done it. All my exes were amazing men. And I never thought about it because I didn't want children. But I know that if I would have been, into that mentality, I would have been like, oh, babe, I don't know what happened. I have 2 girlfriends that did that to high value men. And
there you go. See, they knew what they was doing.
Oh yeah. I mean, they were one of my girls, we knew she was gonna do that. We just knew. Like she
had the turkey based stuff.
And I wouldn't doubt it. Honestly, when she did that to him, she had to go into hiding for 3 months.
Damn.
Oh yeah, because he was. Oh my God.
Damn, about to send the Guidos after her. Like, yo, go fix this.
Hiding. She had to go to hiding for 3 months. Yeah.
Wow. But see, let's put it this way: was this like a casual thing?
No, they were in a relationship, but he's one of those men that most women will want to get pregnant by.
But was he dating us? Like, was he want to be in a serious relationship, or was it just a casual type thing?
No, they were together for like 3-4 years. They were, they were known. They were known to be a couple. He just didn't want to have children because he had a bad experience with his previous mother of his child, which was very public. And my girl wanted to have a baby by him. And she did it, because have a baby by me, become a millionaire.
Shout out to 50 Cent. Have a baby by me, your mama become a millionaire. Nah, I don't.
Because
Snippy, snip, snip.
just like how and you took precautions. Did he actually take precautions in that way? Yeah, because the dudes like that be getting trapped like this. It's like, yo, if you already know you don't want to have kids either too, did you take any precautions too to make sure your Martian soldiers don't flow up in her? Like that?
Most dudes just they fall for the finesse, man. And she'll like, no, I'm on the pill. I got the shot. They'll tell the guy exactly what he wants to hear. Just like dudes will tell the women what they want to hear so they can get the Fox Brown in the first place. So dudes be reckless with it. Hell, I'm one of them. When you get caught up, you get caught up. You deal with it.
Especially if you've been with her for 3 or 4 years and you're like,
well, yeah, you ain't gonna be using that if you feel like that's your main one, and y'all gonna strain away from using that and thinking y'all gonna
you're not thinking that. You're not necessarily thinking that, but but I know, like I said, I know 2 females that did that, and I thought it was crazy because I could have ended up with somebody and had that comfort, but I don't know. I could not live with that in my whole soul. That's how I conceived the child, was that I did some shady stuff in the bathroom, when he thought I was throwing out the condom or something like that.
Oh man, that's terrible.
I want to ask also too, what if he didn't feel that way? He wanted to marry her. How does she would feel about that? She would like
he was not trying to. He was happy with the way things were.
I know. But what I was saying, if it was different, the situation was different, and he probably wanted to marry her. What she did, got pumped and shoot up, dumped, and left to get a come up, or she would have agreed to his proposal.
She would have agreed to his proposal. She would even be with him again now if he took her back.
Yeah, bro. In those cases, that's a lot of that's the women trying to keep a guy. I might have this baby because that guarantees that he's going to be involved in my life for the next 18 years at least.
Exactly. And for her, the child was a better guarantee than a proposal in a marriage, because she wanted children with him and he didn't. So this was her way of just getting whatever she wanted. But I think that
backfire though. Use those cases backfire.
Well, yeah, because she had to go into hiding for 3 months because
and that's one of them. Yep.
He would have had her. I swear to God, he would have had her ass kicked. He would have.
Now he'd have had her stomach kicked, girl. Let's keep it right. It wouldn't have been her ass kicked.
He would have injected her with whatever she needed to end that pregnancy. Believe me, he didn't want that. And
oh man.
Yeah, and she went into hiding for 3 months, and then she came out, and she's pregnant, and the ones that know her, we know what she did. So,
and I didn't get to catch the very beginning of the show though. So what are your thoughts on body count in general? We're hearing a lot of that going around YouTube and around the world. High body counts for females.
I don't know what to do because I've never been married. I have no kids, and I'm 46 years old. So what am I supposed to say? I've only been with one man per decade. So I say the following. I have in my cemetery, I have 1,001 bodies. Some of them have headstones, and the ones that are like flashbacks, they don't have headstones. And that's it. And I have my shovel there, and I can still dig another hole.
So would that mean that you are incapable of a committed long-term relationship, or what does that mean? Does that have any weight or any bearing whatsoever in relationships from a woman's point of view? Not your own particular, situation, but for all women in your opinion.
This is for me, like my relationships are based on the fundamentals of BDSM. So I have
I caught that part.
So I don't date vanilla men. I only date men who are true dominant masters and are gonna know how to keep me in check. Not that I'm gonna step out on them, because I would never do that. I've never cheated. That's not my style. But I have experienced life. You know what I mean? So I need somebody who's able to reel in, whatever needs to be tamed or is unbridled.
Okay.
So for me, I my body count is irrelevant to my level of commitment to a relationship. I don't, if I never was with another man for the rest of my life, I wouldn't be missing out on anything from my single life. I don't feel like I haven't done enough or I've missed out on something. So I wouldn't go into a committed relationship with some regrets. I would go there like open and excited and willing. Most promiscuous sleep around, most more not virgins.
Yeah.
I just think I think that I don't think it's relevant, but if a man does think it's relevant, I know if I cannot eat donuts, yeah, my ex-master put me in punishment because I ate a donut. I like sweets, so I have him control what I eat because I love to eat sweets. So,
and I understand that what you're saying. So let me ask you this: so your point of view, and you were now talking about everyone else, because you would definitely fit into, let's say, one of the rare exceptions as opposed to the rule. But just from your experience with your friends and other women, coworkers or whatever, would you say the women who have the higher body counts are less capable of having successful relationships, or it doesn't matter, or they're more capable of having successful relationships?
I think depending on their mentals and why they're interested in engaging in sex with men, then that's where the deficiency could be in. Because you could be a woman and you could consent to having a good time with a guy, and it doesn't impact your mentals. It's not like you're walking away with nothing. You're not there putting upon him any additional extras. You had a good time. You're able to walk away. If a woman is able to do that, then she has a little bit more capability of the responsibility that comes with that within herself. But if a woman is trying to fill a void and she's just out there, what I call reckless, trying to fill a void, sleeping with guys, putting unrealistic expectations on men, especially when the man tells you, I don't want a relationship with you. Those are the ones that are a little bit more of a liability that I just don't think they'll have it in them to make a marriage successful.
Right.
Well, let's see the first type you would describe. That's what I was describing, the erotic good girl types and stuff. The ones that they not out in the open. They could probably go out casual sets, but they let you know that it's not going to be that much easy. Like they might probably sleep with you on the second night, or they want their business to be private. And they'll even let you know, I'm not, saying if she trusts you to be private with her business, she's down to do whatever she wants and everything. Have fun and that's it. Not let it get to that head and stuff. As long as you respect the boundaries of it and stuff. If you kind of understand what I was saying.
I think that a woman. I think it would be a disservice to pretend that women don't have a sexual desire and a sexual DNA. Especially if she never got to experience that and she's just been a wife and a mom. Then when she gets to my age, she's willing to destroy her household for a freaking experience in Jamaica with some man. Because
Dexter.
Because she feels like she's missed out no matter what I tell her. No matter if I tell her you have the life that most women want, she's going to be like, yes, but I'm tired of X, Y, and Z. I want somebody to rough me up. I want something more exciting. So I think it would be a disservice to pretend that some women don't have that. Some women
that's the second type you described, the one that's technically are reckless. It's just a certain time frame she's going to choose to be reckless.
Right, exactly. Then there's women who like me that I have never felt like I've missed out on life. So for me to settle down and be with somebody isn't going to be like I'm sacrificing something. It's like, okay, I can hang the red sequin thong. I can hang it. I can retire it. I can just go chill with my dude. And I feel good about it. I'm not going to be the type of wife who's going to require any extracurricular activities because as far as, I know about myself, I've already worked that out. But some women, they pretend to be something within a marriage, especially after a while. And then they make reckless decisions and mess around with certain people that are not even at the same level as their husband. Or they'll even mess around with the husband's friend. You know, they just they need excitement, no matter how it shows up. They need an adrenaline rush, no matter how it shows up. And so for me, I like an openness. You know, I don't believe in monogamy on behalf of the man. I think a man, if he chooses to be monogamous, that's fantastic. But if he doesn't, then as long as it doesn't touch our home or mess up what we have, I can't stop you from doing what you're going to do. And I'm not interested in controlling what you want to do by looking in your phone. All that's negative stuff. That's not productive. You're here with me. You love me. You're giving your all to me. It's none of my business what you do outside of these four walls.
All right, that's what's up. That's what's up. I needed to hear that because I'm formulating my final thoughts now, and now that helped me out. Hearing what you just said, though.
I'm gonna have. Hold on, Mel. I'm gonna have both of you give your final thought. Mel, I'll have you go first.
Yeah.
And I just also want everyone to acknowledge the chat and us here on the panel, your service, DL Saint. So I just want to make sure you get that acknowledgement of everything that you've done for our country, for our freedoms, and even for what you do on some of these panels, because I've also been ninja watching you in a certain way as well. So I just want you to get your flowers.
Thank you.
I appreciate you. But DL Saint, I'm going to have Mel Logic give his final thoughts, and then we'll move on to you. And I appreciate you coming up here. Thank you so much for participating, both of you gentlemen. Savannah, go ahead, Mel. You got the floor, buddy.
I think what you described, Lexie, was two terms that called, one is arbitrary monogamy and the second is natural monogamy. I think the one you want is the natural monogamy, when it's like you want the man to still be straight, direct with you and stuff. He's choosing to be monogamous with you of his own free will and stuff like that. And you know, and if you do want to explore with other women, he'll let you know also too and stuff. That's the natural monogamy. Like, it's not the arbitrary monogamy. Is a lot of us has been indoctrinated so much that like we have to be settled with this person because outside forces telling us we should and everything. We should do this and we should. And that's technically not natural, because it's like, you're trying to force someone to be monogamous that it's not in them like that. Like, so it ain't gonna work out. So it's like, yeah. But like I was saying earlier, like, it varies with the body count situations though. And there's a lot of different scenarios that played a part to why women cannot be faithful in a marriage if she has a high body count. There are some females that, depending on, it could be even based off of a trauma. Like, we know for the sentence woman that might have some type of sexual trauma, they wind up infecting that in the later years, and they wind up being reckless with it also too. But it's based on a terrible trauma experience they had. We see that a lot of adult stars, backstories and stuff like that, who experienced that, and they wind up saying how they was, assaulted that in a certain way. Yeah, and they chose a lifestyle of being overly promiscuous, even make money out of it, but it still have an effect on them. But like I said, it varies and stuff like that. It depends on the woman herself, like, and how much, like you said earlier, Lexie, if it's a guy that she's really into, she'll do whatever she can to change whatever she can for that guy and stuff. And also the guy also too, like, if he doesn't have a lot of experience with women like that and stuff like that, and he could talk all that mess about body count matters and everything, but most men that ain't got no experience with women like that, he's gonna change his mind frame when he finds that woman that probably might have more bodies than him, but she giving him what he wants, and he'll change up. Like, what? Hey, I found the queen that I wanted. Hey, I said this and that. So yeah, it can happen, but it varies. It's different percentage with that. So yeah. But all right, everyone. Happy Veterans Day. Thank you for your service and everything. And I'll go fix my dinner.
Enjoy your dinner, Mel. Take care.
You too. Take care, y'all.
That's what's up. Peace, bro. So yeah, and thanks for the kind words, love. I appreciate it. And as far as serving, my pleasure. I was definitely happy to serve the great people of this country and protect the United States of America. And I got a lot out of it as well. But final thoughts, man. This was a good conversation. I was really happy I was able to pop on and catch it and actually interact with you. So here's the thing about body count. Like I said, body count's a big thing. People are talking about it now. I'm old school. I'm an older dude. Body count doesn't mean anything to me. Pedal. Don't tell me. Right? Don't tell me. you got a high body count, or don't display that you have one. And the reason I say that is it's just going to change the way I see you long term. Yeah. Right. If you tell me up front, like I got this many bodies, or you're out there being real flirtatious and doing this, that, and the third because you love the attention. All right, I'm going to have fun with you. It's cool. I'm just going to put you in another category. Like, all right, it's going to be one of my good time people right here. You know what I mean? So when I'm ready to go have a good time, I'm going to holler at her. I'm still going to treat it with respect. I always treat people with respect. I always treat people the way I want to be treated. But if I got to have somebody come with me to a party where I know it's going to be people sharing their partners, that's going to be who I call on, not necessarily the woman that I want to spend the rest of my life with and have babies with. And here's the thing about, having a high body count, being very experienced as a female. If you get with a guy and he makes you mad, he does something to upset you, women go all out 100% ballistic. They are swinging for the fucking fences. Like it's not no little tit for tat. You know what I'm saying? They're going to drop that nuclear bomb on you. And what's that nuclear bomb? The nuclear option is she's going to go out there and, like you said, she's going to smash some dude, probably someone you know, someone you cool with, and just really screw up what you got going on. So be careful with that. And again, that's the problem with the higher body counts. And there have been studies on this topic in the early 2000s. And the magic number is 5, ladies and gentlemen. That's the number. 5 bodies or less. That woman has the highest chance statistically of being in a long-term committed relationship. The marriage is going to work. Over that, 6 and more, the chances of that particular relationship, that marriage ending in divorce goes way up. And there are studies on this. You can go read the studies yourself. And I have to say that, yeah, I can see that. Now, so that's my take on it. Again, great show. Great topic. You know what? I don't want to give you your flowers because it's very rare that you come across people who are so open and transparent and willing to be 100% honest. You're one of those people. Shout out to you. That's really tough for people, but really, really difficult for women because they don't want to be judged and all this kind of stuff. So you have a level of courage that rivals, you know what I mean? That's flag behind me, like being like airborne. They say, you're courageous because you jumped out of airplanes. Like, how about you tell the truth to strangers? And you won't talk about courage. So shout out to you. And shout out to the chat and everybody. And I'll be back later on. Black Man's going to have a veteran show, and I'm definitely going to be on that. So I'll see y'all later. Take care, love.
DL, I want to invite you Saturday nights on World Class Channel. I do a show on BDSM, dominant and submissive relationships. You're more than welcome to come in on Saturdays and join us in that conversation if you be so kind. And
I'll join, but I don't know what to say about it. I don't know that word.
No, I try to, you know what it is I'm trying to do? I'm trying to bring in the fundamentals of BDSM into vanilla relationships so that people can have better conversations. And in BDSM, before you engage in anything, we sign a contract. There's a contract that we sign. So I'm trying to bring the element of what a true dominant master male brings as a gift to a true submissive female. So if you're ever just hopping around on Saturdays and you stumble into World Class, you can just listen and get a little bit of an idea of the information I'm bringing forth. But I do appreciate you appreciating me, because I definitely try to be as transparent as possible. It doesn't sit well with some people, but the ones that get it, let me know and show me love. So thank you so much. But no.
You have my word. One of these Saturdays, I will definitely jump on. I got nothing but love for the brother World Class. Noble's a real one, so I'll definitely do it. Saturdays is when I'm out normally doing bad boy things, but I will clear one of my Saturday evenings so I can, you know what I mean, come on board and see what's going on over there.
Thank you, DL. I send you big kisses and big hugs. Thank you so much. I appreciate you.
Thank you very much. You too, love. Take care.
Bye. Wow, what a treat. We had Mr. DL Saint here. That was so nice. And Mel Logic, always showing love. So thank you, gentlemen. I want to also, Noble. If she drives a Honda Accord, she definitely has, or a Toyota Corolla also. She has hella bodies. She probably has 2 or 3 in the trunk. Thank you, Michelle. Thank you so much. I just want to say, for females that are really in great relationships, with husbands that are providers and protectors and are able to give your children a wonderful life. Don't put your relationship at risk. Don't put yourself at risk. Have the courage to dialogue with your partner about what it is that you want or desire or what's changing for you. More likely than not, he's going to probably want to meet you where you're at, because most men don't want to destroy their homes. They don't want to destroy their marriage. But I also think that men who married women with high body counts, definitely keep your eye on her. But also for the men who married women who didn't have that level of sexual exploration before marrying them, and even within their marriage, they've kind of just kept it very vanilla. To try something different, and exercise that beauty as a couple, to give your lady the opportunity to exercise her sexuality in her marriage, which is where I think she's supposed to do it. Other than that, thank you so much for stopping by, everyone. Thank you, Jenny. Thank you, Noble. Lost in Translation, thank you so much. Also, Neil Moses, thank you so much for your super chat. And I just want to wish everybody a happy Friday. Love on the ones in your life that you love on, and pat the booties of the ones that keep you hollering and moaning. All right. So protect your home, love on your husbands, love on your wives, make more love out there, folks, less bitterness. And other than that, thank you, everyone. Take care. I'll see you next week.